everyone, and welcome to the General Hospital recap for September 12th. I almost said November, but we're not quite there yet. Thank you so much for watching, and if you haven't already, please subscribe so you don't miss any of our videos or recaps. Got a few days behind. Work was just crazy, and then my DVR didn't record Tuesdays, and I was like, what are you doing? So that threw off my week, but we are back. We are going up. These are all going up today, so let's get right to it. At the Metro Court, Kiki finds Griffin with Sunny sitting and talking. Sunny is going to go back to the hospital for now, and Kiki needs to talk to Griffin. It's about her mom. He thinks the spa is a good idea and a huge step for Ava, and Kiki thinks it's a little out of left field, and it seemed a little shady. I mean, Florida, that raises a red flag. And remember, they filmed this like a month ago. So Griffin wants to talk to Ava because he's like, yeah, that's a little weird. He tells her that they became close, they were friends, and he says that he was careless with her feelings and he didn't realize how she was interpreting his actions. On the plane, Ava is on a plane, sitting at the window seat that isn't hers. The woman who's supposed to be sitting in the seat comes over. She's like this young blonde woman, and Ava's like, do you mind if I sit here? And she's like, no, go ahead. By the way, I don't mind the scars. I used to have them too. And Ava is like, what? Because she was like facing this way, so like you couldn't see this half of her face. So this woman works at the clinic. She's apparently Ava's escort throughout the whole procedure and the pre-procedure going there. She knows Valentine. Everyone at the clinic knows Valentine, apparently. Ava is worried that maybe she's making a mistake. There's some things you lose and can never get back. The woman who, I don't know if they said her name because I didn't catch it, but she assures her this trip will be a blessing. Ava's still skeptical, and she says she should have turned Valentine down. And the woman asks what changed her mind, like why did you finally agree to this? Ava is really considering bowing out of the clinic, and the woman tells her not to. And Ava asks, well, like what happened to you? Because the woman said, I was also a patient at the clinic, so she's going to show her. So she shows her a picture of herself, and apparently she's unrecognizable. She had an abusive husband. And one night, she stood up to him, and he pretty much just broke every bone in her face. And she tells her the whole story, and she's looking forward to watching Ava's recovery. At Ava's place, Kiki and Griffin arrive at Ava's and figure out that she's not there. Griffin finds her notepad. He finds the St. Petersburg papers, except it's not Florida, it's Russia. Griffin sees Ava's search history, which, I'm sorry, she doesn't clear her search history, but anyway, she was looking up experimental facial surgery. Someone must have gotten in her head, and he thinks he knows who. Valentine. So he takes after his mom, Anna. Kiki doesn't think Ava is in danger. Griffin thinks she's hiding something. He tells Kiki about the offer Valentine had apparently made. It could have been experimental surgery, and he thinks that he played a part in Ava disappearing. At the gallery, Obrecht is at Franco's show. He tells her about the photos, and he shows her the Jason comparison photos. She's still skeptical. He's convinced it's Jason, though, and she's more interested in that. Like, why does he think that? And he thinks maybe the lie is the lie, and it's really the truth. And she's like, or maybe there's a logical explanation. That doesn't mean you have to say lie 3 times in a row. She says that Jason couldn't have been living in Brooklyn at any point, because he grew up in Port Charles, and there's probably a photo for like every day documenting that this is just random, or the kid looks exactly like him. Like maybe it was Jason on like a random day, but like not on an extended period of time. And Franco's like, okay, well then why did Heather refuse to answer my questions? Because Heather answers everything. So he knows Heather knows something. Because if Heather really did know nothing, she would lie and say she knew something, but she didn't do that. It's so complicated. And Obrecht says it could all be a mind game, too. He knows mind games, am I right? So he tells her about his imaginary friend memories. He recognizes him from the picture. If he was real, where did he go? You know, where did he come from? Where did he go? Where did he come from, Cotton Eye Joe? She says Heather can't answer those questions. He needs to talk to his adoptive mother, but he doesn't want to because she's fragile. And Obrecht's like, look, as a mother, because we know she's a wonderful mother, she would want her son to come to her with something like this if he was in pain, no matter what kind of reaction it caused her to have. At General Hospital, Sam is really facing off with Carly now and says that they're not friends. Jason just always appeased her, and Carly says like, hey, we are friends. And Sam's like, no, this was always a tactic for you not to lose Jason. And Carly tries to empathize with her. She went through this with Sonny. She tells Sam that Jason wouldn't want her living in the hospital like this. Sam takes that as like oh, what? So yeah, you know Jason more than me. That's what you're trying to show. So Sam feels that she was tolerable to Carly. That Sam would always take second place, but since Jason came back, things are different. Sam is in first place, and Alexis is starting to see this because she had walked by, and Sam just keeps lashing out at Carly, and Carly's like, look, if I'm not your friend, then why am I covering for you? Carly says that, yeah, I came to love you. Like, that's true. I'm not going to say, like, I loved you since day one. I came to love you. And that she acknowledges this is all 100 times worse for Sam. So now Carly's going to let her spend time with Alexis and cool down. And Sam stops her and is like, I love you too. But then Carly leaves and Alexis asks what Carly is covering up for her. And Sam says, buckle in. I shot Sonny and left him to die. He was my hallucination. And Alexis is like, what now? Jason and Sonny covered it up. Carly agreed to keep it quiet. They're all staying quiet. And Alexis is like, yeah, but you should have told me or Diane, because legally, yeah, you weren't culpable, especially if Sonny didn't want to press charges. And Sam's like, well, I wanted to confess. I was sick. And Alexis is like, yeah, but all this is short-sighted because now, if it does come out, it's going to be an uphill battle because it's going to look like y'all were covering something. And Sam is thinking of turning herself in. And Alexis is like, no. If you come forward now, nothing good happens. And when Alexis says nothing good happens, she mostly just mentions the kids. And Sam's like, oh, what? You don't think Jason's going to factor into this? And Sam feels like personally attacked by people thinking Jason won't wake up. She knows in her heart what Carly was alluding to was right, that Jason wouldn't want to be like this. And come to think of it, like, she was in denial after Jason died back in, like, 2012, and she had refused to believe it. Like, she was on, like, she seriously, like, refused. Remember that? It took weeks for her to finally accept it. So, still at the hospital, but in a different part, Carly is trying to leave and runs into Sonny. She says there was an issue with Sam, and Sonny's like, it's okay, you know, Sam got to vent, and she knew you could take it, and Carly's like, yeah, but I hit back. Sonny's like, but that's what needed to happen, because Sam needed someone who could hit back. I love Sonny. He could make any situation be like you're in the positive, you know? It's like, I ran over my car. You know what? That person needed some rest. And now that both of their legs are broken, they're going to be stuck in bed. So they're going to get their rest. You did them a favor. She acknowledges she did tolerate Sam for a while, but things genuinely changed. She loves her. And Carly starts looking at reality. If Jason doesn't come out of this, he wouldn't want to live on machines. And Sonny's like, we're not there yet. And if it comes to that, I will be there. Carly wants to be alone. She's going to the footbridge. Sonny's like, I'll meet you at the Metro Court later. At the bridge, Michael and Nell are on the bridge. He talks about his coma, fills her in on all that. Nell asks why Sonny thought he could get out now when he couldn't get out when Michael was shot due to all this. And Michael says that he was lying to himself. And he should have tried harder to fight it and make Sonny see that he's lying to himself, because this is his reality. He can't do it. He's can't get out, and now Michael's taking the blame for it. He feels responsible as the oldest son, and I was like, Dante? And he's like, well, Dante's a cop. He can't be involved in this. And, you know, this was on him, and he dropped the ball. Nell asks if he ever considered joining his father's business. He says yes when he was younger, when he was Drew Garrett. Oh, remember Drew Garrett? I liked him. But he doesn't know if he wants that kind of life for himself or to bring a family into it. But he would join in a second if Sonny asked him to, which he never will, but if he did. And I'm just sitting here like, I need this to happen. There's too much risk, some mistakes being made. And he asks if she's happy he works for ELQ instead of Sonny. And she's like, yeah. Carly arrives. Short update for Michael about Jason. Nothing's really changed. And then turns to Nell and says, well, you can relate to all this because of what you went through with your fiance. And like, I love her. I love Carly so much, and I've never loved a human being more in my life. Carly was gonna let this ride out, but she just can't. This whole thing with Jason made her realize she can't. She tells Michael all about the suspicious circumstances and tells him to ask Nell about it and leaves. And I'm like, girl, yes, absolutely 100%. I don't like this black and white anymore. And now end scene. Franco calls Betsy and invites her to the exhibit. And again, when they like bring people back from like the Franco era to deal with this Franco era, it's like, I don't know, it gives me weird feelings. Griffin tells Kiki Ava thought his feelings for her were different. He also thinks this Dr. Boromsky could not even exist and that Valentine just wanted Ava gone and she could be in trouble. Carly tells Sunny that she told Michael about the fiance. She didn't plan on it, it just kind of happened, as these things do. Sunny gets a call from Milo. Something is happening right now. Someone has broken into Carly's house. Michael asks Nell if it's true about this fiance, and she says, well, I lied about everything when I came to Port Charles. And, like, you forgave me for all of that, and I didn't want to tell you, like, another thing I was hiding right after we got back together, because you would think it would just be, like, another lie, and I'm just a big liar. And he's mad because there's been so much opportunity, and he shared so much with her, and he's like, fine, tell me now then. If you're going to tell me now. And that is where we leave off for the 12th. I'll see you in 0.2 seconds for the 13th. Okay, so have a great 2 seconds, and I will see you then. All right, bye.